Hello, and a warm welcome to those of you who've joined me today at the start of my tenure as chair. It's a huge honour and great privilege to be taking over the role of Chair of Road Safety Great Britain, and I am very much looking forward to the next 2 years in the hot seat. For those of you who don't know me, I am Philippa Young, and I'm currently Head of Strategy and Commissioning for Transport and Highways at Warwickshire County Council, where I have worked for the last 14 years. Whilst it's a very grand job title, essentially it means I have responsibility for transport planning, asset management, car parking and highway safety, including safety engineering and road safety, education, training and publicity. I have worked in road safety at a number of local authorities over 30 years, but despite that, I like to think I can bring a fresh pair of eyes and energy to my work, and this is something I'm keen to do as chair. But firstly, I'd like to give thanks to Liz Brooker, who steps down from her role as chair after a fantastic and hard-working 2 years. Those of you who know Liz will know how dedicated she is to the road safety profession and will be aware of the incredible contribution that she has made to road safety over many years. And whilst Liz will be stepping down from RSGB, I am sure that she will continue to support road safety over many years to come. I'd also like to pass on my huge thanks to Jeremy Phillips and Steve Horton, both who have stepped down from their roles as directors. And I'd like to welcome Matt Statham from Cambridgeshire County Council to the team, who takes on the role of Director of Research, and to Vicky Harvey from Kent County Council, who has been appointed as Vice Chair. A warm welcome to you both, and I very much look forward to working with you over the next 2 years. We are also currently seeking support from members for the role of Director of Communications, so if this is something you are interested in, please get in touch with Alan Kennedy or myself to find out more. Without the commitment of the management team, the organisation could not continue. All of their time is given voluntarily, and managing this with the increasing demands on our day jobs is hugely challenging. So thanks to all those involved in keeping RSGB running. When the decision was made to cancel National Conference, I was very saddened. I've always been a fantastic opportunity to showcase the very best of road safety, both nationally and internationally. And it provided a unique networking opportunity to all those involved in road safety. Whilst we cannot yet replicate this networking opportunity, huge credit and thanks goes to Nick, Ed and all of the team at Stenick, who have ensured that we're able to offer such a fantastic alternative to the conference in the Road Safety Festival. There will be somewhere in the region of 45 individual events run over the 20-day festival period, reaching a vast audience nationally and internationally. And thanks also to our festival sponsors, Genoptic and Wescatec, for their continued support. It seems somewhat fitting for the Road Safety Festival to take place in November, a month of remembrance. And this Sunday, the 15th of November, is the World Day of Remembrance for Road Traffic Victims, which is commemorated on the third Sunday of November each year. Only this week, as I record this presentation, we have heard the most tragic news of the death of a 29-year-old mother and her 3 children, and the critical injuries sustained by her husband and another child in a road traffic collision. Today it makes headline news. However, sadly tomorrow it will simply be accepted by many as something that just happens on our roads. But not for the family, friends and those who attended that devastating scene, whose trauma and ongoing ripples of impact will be felt forever. This international event remembers all those who have been killed and seriously injured on our roads and acknowledges the often forgotten suffering of all affected victims, families and communities. It is also a day to reflect on the amazing work of our emergency services who have to deal with this tragedy and impact on a daily basis. And it is a day that I think we as a road safety profession can reflect on why we are so committed to our work and why events like the festival are an important tool in sharing the incredible work that is taking place to try and reduce the ongoing impacts of road traffic collisions. Whilst this year's Remembrance events will be very different, please take the opportunity, if you are able to join one of the many events that are taking place online to mark the occasion. When I saw the festival programme, I was blown away by the quality and variety of presentations and seminars on offer, and I think it's a fantastic reflection of the diversity of work and of those involved in the road safety profession. It also reflects how much road safety has evolved and adapted over the years, both by design and through necessity. When I remember my very first road safety conference way back in 2000, I am struck now by how insular we seemed to be as a profession in those days. I have a photo of the delegates standing outside the Police Training College in Tullyallen, Scotland, and all but a handful of the smiling faces are from local authority road safety teams. I was a new manager in the world of ETP then, and can recall the almost abject horror of some individuals who discovered that I was from an engineering background. What could I possibly have to offer to road safety ETP? And yet, here we are 20 years later, and the changes throughout the profession and the many organisations involved are incredible. This ability of the road safety profession to diversify and adapt is something I am hugely admiring of, and has never been more relevant and prevalent than over the last 6 months. All of us have had to adapt and change the ways that we are working, but this has been so important for road safety teams, ensuring that the vital services we offer to continue to reach their audiences. I have been incredibly proud of my own teams at Warwickshire, who have moved swiftly to change the service delivery methods, ensuring vital services, courses and lessons are available for all clients and schools across Warwickshire. This has been a huge undertaking, and I know has been happening across many road safety teams throughout the country. So a huge credit to you all, and many thanks from your service users. RSGB itself has had to adapt to ensure business continuity. Board meetings have continued to take place virtually, and I am keen that we are able to broaden this out further. Regional groups and members are the lifeblood of the organisation, and I am keen that our inability to physically meet does not become a barrier to communication and sharing all the great work that is going on across the membership. I know some regional groups have successfully managed to carry on meetings virtually and ensure training opportunities have continued. But please let us know if your regional meetings have struggled over this period, and we will look to see how we can support you. We will also now be holding virtual policy and management committee meetings, where all the regional reps will meet with the board of directors to discuss the organisation's business for the year, and again share what is happening regionally. I hope that this move to online meetings will make it much easier for the regional reps to be able to attend. Communication is always important, but even more so at the moment, and I will be sending you all a quarterly update on RSGB business with a hope to spotlight some of the fantastic work of the regional groups as part of this. The Academy team has also worked tirelessly to enable as many courses as possible to move online. Moving courses online is a risk and can impact on the quality of provision, but I am pleased to say that the feedback we have received from attendees has been excellent. So thanks to Sonia, Sam and all of those involved with the Academy on this fantastic achievement. Recognising that there will be an ongoing need to deliver more virtual training, the Academy will shortly be launching a new specific course on how to deliver training online. A course that I'm sure will prove very beneficial for the future. So look out for more details on that shortly. As well as the development of new courses, work is continuing on the refresh and upgrade of the Road Safety Knowledge Centre, and the new platform is due to be launched at the end of the month. The Knowledge Centre really is an excellent one-stop location for a wealth of information on a huge range of road safety subjects, and it's great news that we've been able to continue to support it. It is clear that, like many other professions, we are going to have to adapt and develop at some pace for a while yet. Many of you working in local government will have significant financial challenges to face, and so identifying and seizing opportunities will be incredibly important. We are all aware of the impact that COVID has had on our travel behaviours, and many of us experienced one of the few benefits of early lockdown as we dusted off long neglected bikes, donned our most comfortable walking shoes, and took advantage of local streets and highways that for once weren't dominated by motor vehicles. And now, as lockdown measures change and are much more fluid, we are faced with the challenge of trying to capture and sustain that benefit. In these fast-changing times, when lockdown measures are switched on and off seemingly in the blink of an eye, it can be difficult to plan and develop strategies to support our work. I know that many of you will be struggling to access schools, particularly at this time, to deliver road safety education. Schools themselves face the day-to-day challenges of managing COVID, and sadly, many non-core curriculum activities will simply not be seen as a priority. But it is important that we continue to be resilient and seek to find ways to help schools ensure that delivery continues in a meaningful and impactful way. I know that over the last few months, the RSGB website has showcased a number of local authorities who have worked creatively to continue to deliver their services and support schools. Much of the transport focus from central government and the DfT especially is now focused on active travel. Significant funding has come on stream to support this area of work, with more to come, I'm sure. But active travel should not be looked at in isolation, and road safety should be at the heart of the work. In Warwickshire, it is the road safety team that is leading on this active travel work. This not only ensures an holistic approach to this area, but means that the aligned road safety activities can benefit from the active travel funding, which is enabling us to recruit more posts to deliver this work. So if you haven't already done so, try and make your own internal connections with this active travel work and the funding that goes with it. And RSGB recognises the challenges involved in identifying and implementing appropriate active travel solutions, and is currently exploring ways of providing support and advice for members involved in this work. So please look out for more updates on that shortly. As well as an increase in active travel over the last 6 months, we've seen an uptake in the use of e-scooters and the launch nationally of a number of e-scooter trials. Here in Warwickshire, we have the opportunity to take part in the Transport for West Midlands trials, but are taking a cautious, but I think sensible approach to their introduction. And given the issues that some of our neighbouring authorities have had on implementation, I am glad that we did. I don't intend to go into any depth about them today, other than to say I suspect that legislation will come forward to support their use nationally. So, as a profession, we need to be working hard with the very many suppliers to ensure that road safety is simply not given lip service to, and to somehow train and educate riders on their safe use. The latter will be incredibly challenging given the increasing numbers of riders, especially school children, currently using them illegally on the highway. Not something, though, I think we can turn a blind eye to, though, until legislation does come forward. This is clearly an area where there are many views to be aired, and I am personally looking forward to listening in on the e-scooters live debate on the 24th. As well as that live debate, next week the festival hosts one on connected and autonomous vehicles, another advancement in technology that has the potential to provide road safety benefits. And whilst I welcome these technological advances and the potential benefits they might bring forward, I do remain concerned about the potential erosion and loss of the many important skills that go along with our mobility activities, such as driving. We are now almost halfway through the festival, and there are still many interesting and engaging events ahead. On Thursday next week, Richard Owen from Agilicis will share some insight with us on the impacts that COVID has had on road safety and the likely implications going forward. I, for one, feel like I'm crystal ball gazing a lot at the moment in terms of future planning, so I'm looking forward to hearing about the work Richard and the team have been doing. And on Monday the 23rd of November, we will hear more from Louise and Tanya from the Road Safety Trust about the vital work that the Trust is funding, particularly relevant to local authorities. Tapping into those different funding opportunities is increasingly important as public finances become more stretched. So go along and find out more about the work of the Road Safety Trust and how they might be able to help you. Sadly, I don't have time to spotlight all the events still to take place, but please keep up to date with the festival calendar to join as many as you are able to and make the most of this fantastic opportunity. I truly hope that next year we will again be able to meet in person at Harrogate as planned for the National Road Safety Conference. But until then, thank you for joining me today. Please stay safe, and a huge thanks for all the incredible work that you are doing, especially at this really challenging time.